And make sure, make sure that it looks natural and try not to make it so perfect. You can make it uneven and you can like overlap them if that's what you want to do. Okay. And you just do another petal. And watch as I'm doing these petals, they get more and more big as I go, because if you go around in circles, it's not going to be the same size every circle. So you have to make them a little bigger and noticeable. Oh, and try not to make them look connected. Like, you see how I just did that round bit? Well, I'm just going to erase it. We'll do the texture at the end, so just don't worry about that right now. Now it looks pretty leafy right now, but I'll fix that up. And some people might think it looks pretty that way. Yeah, and one thing you'll always have to, be able to do in art is patience. You just have to understand, that art takes time, but in the end, it's actually wonderful. I mean, it's beautiful. People might not agree with me, but I personally think that's very fun and inspiring to others. Okay. Sorry, just a little dusty here. And try not to make it like exactly flat. And notice I'm also doing more petals as the circles get larger. Don't try to expand the petals. That doesn't look very nice, actually. Well, if you want to try, you can. But I personally don't think it looks so great. Now, if you're overlapping a little too much, you can always erase and just shade in back. Today I'll do coloring too, but try to keep it easy for now. And right now you're really close up, so you can probably see, you'll probably say, oh, it looks so uneven and weird. Well, let me zoom out right now. It's just the beginning of the page. That small, it's like that small. And I don't think you'll notice all those things, so yeah. But, we'll fix up whatever problems, if we do have any problems in the end. And make sure there's not any blank spaces. Of course there are blank spaces to color, but make sure there's not any awkward blank spaces that aren't there on the other petals or anything, You still want to do a little shading if you're doing my rules, but if you're doing someone else's, follow their rules. I'm just saying, I really like to do shading for some reason. It makes it look a little more realistic. And as you see, I'm getting light and getting darker. Now I'm gonna go light again and then go darker. It's sort of a pattern because you don't want it just to be all plain dark and light. And you don't have to get them perfectly symmetrical. Actually, just don't try to get them symmetrical. Just do what you feel like. The petals don't have to look like this. They could look rounder. They could look slimmer. It's really whatever you want your rose to look like. I personally like to do, you know, just natural, not very like symmetrical looking stuff, but as I said, it's your drawing. You can do whatever you want, but if you want to go along with the video, try to just follow my hand. Sorry about the noise. Just my dad. Zoom out a little bit, show you what it looks like right now. And you want to continue going, but you don't want to go so far that you take up a space, because, you know, I'm playing it real and we're not actually looking overhead. I'm going to add a stem and some leaves and a little background, but for right now, we just want to do the rose. That's the most important thing right now. That's my dog, sorry. Hey Dad, I'm videotaping, so yeah. Thanks. And you know, if you want to make it look more circle in the end, it's okay. But you know, if it looks a little awkward, you can always fix it up. It wouldn't take that much time, actually. Okay, as I said, I'm getting bigger. Oh, that's not in yet. Now, you can see where I had made it lighter, where I had made it darker. Really sorry. That's my dog. She's just whining a little bit. She's happy to see my dad. I'm adding a little bit of texture, as you can see. Erase that. Oh yeah, another tip when you're shading, try to go a little more like this. It shows a little lighter and not such a sharp point. You see? Okay. Look right here. Sharp. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go like this. Do you see the difference? Yeah. And you know, the easier, you know, the lighter you go with your hand, the lighter it's gonna look in the picture, so don't worry. It's not always gonna look that way, you know. Oh, and if you have different color, like shading pencils, that's great, you know, specialty pencils for shading, that's really nice. I can use those. If you're gonna shade, I mean, play with it. You can even make a green flower. And yeah, just have fun. It's the main thing, you know. Don't feel stressed. Don't feel like, oh, it's a competition or something. Okay. Now, I'm gonna expand it a little more. You know, end your flower whenever you want to. There. Of course, it looks, you know, outrageous now, but. Okay, I'm gonna scroll out. This is about how big it is on my page. Continue. Yeah, Lola girl. And once I feel satisfied with my rows, I can draw the stem. But right now, I think I'm just gonna do a couple more rows and I'll add the stem and the leaves. Oh yeah, and with the stem, try, if you're gonna do the thorns, I mean, you could not do the thorns. I do the thorns, but if you're gonna do the thorns, try to keep it like, you know, definitely pointed and not rounded, and, you know, always have proportion, nice proportion. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on just proportion of the face, like just proportion of anything.